Hey everybody, this is TCG Productions, and it is Friday, December 24th, 2021, and we're about 13 minutes past the midnight hour. So, yep, another one of those late night tech room adventures. I'm making this video just to show you that Windows Vista, while it was very demanding for hardware specifications for the time, when you actually provide it with decent hardware, it doesn't perform half bad. So I've got a compact SR5404F with an AMD Sempron LE-1250, 2 gigs of RAM, 160 gig hard drive, DVD burner with LightScribe and NVIDIA GeForce 6150 SE integrated chipset resident graphics. So of course that means it has an NVIDIA chipset. And hopefully it's not bump gate afflicted, which would be a bit of a problem. But as I was saying, this system is from 2008, and it's really not bad at all for 2008. Of course, you got hard drives a little bit lackluster at 160 gig. I mean, my 2005 HP Pavilion M7480N, which I use as a video capture system, is a 320 gig drive in it. So, I mean, they could have put a 320 gig drive in the system, but 160 gig, I guess they went with the economy option for that. 2 gigs of RAM, which certainly wasn't bad at all for the time. LE-1250, another budget processor, and DVD burner with LightScribe. Yeah, they splurged on that one a little bit. Of course, it has standard USB. Of course, it has standard USB 2.0 and all your general connectivity. 4 USB ports, 100 megabit Ethernet, line in, line out, mic in, and I think, yeah, of course, VGA and whatnot. No legacy ports on the back of the system, I don't think. Actually, that's right. It's got a pair of PS2 ports down there, and it's got a telephone line modem. But before I do anything else, before I like mothball the system or anything, I'll yank the telephone line modem. It's getting to the point with these modems where I'm really starting to accumulate these things, and I have nothing to do with them. So I mean, one of these days you might see a destruction video where I'm putting 2400 volts down a telephone line modem and seeing what goes boom, bang, crack, snap, or pop in some form of an interesting manner. There's a Rice Krispies reference in there somewhere. And of course it's got a card reader. This is very similar to the Tech Room Legacy Things system, the new one, and that's part of Tech Room Computer Changes 2. And yes, there is a Tech Room Computer Changes 3 and a File Server Fiasco 2 coming up soon as of the recording of this video. So anyways, I did have it hooked up to this Gateway EV700B CRT monitor. However, the camera wasn't playing ball with it, so I went ahead and dragged out this HP VS17E LCD monitor. It's from 2005, about the same era as my HP Pavilion A1000. A1000Y? Well, it is from that era, but it's better suited to the Pavilion M7480N. In fact, that monitor right there with the power button mashed in and permanently mashed in on the side is the monitor that I got with that particular system. I got this monitor from a friend's house late one night in 2018, I believe, when I was headed home from a field trip. But anyways, talk about a sidebar. System's off, so we're going to be doing a cold boot. Go ahead and turn the power on here. And it's a Samsung SpinPoint hard drive. BIOS was from 2008. Yeah, it's a Samsung SpinPoint hard drive before Samsung went and sold their hard drive line off to Seagate. I'll go ahead and take the opportunity to change a couple of camera settings here. Set that to outdoor due to the CCFL backlighting this monitor uses. Go to manual exposure, and I'm just going to go ahead and crank the exposure down quite a bit. Colors, all the other colors in the room look wrong, but the monitor is going to look correct. And our focus is going in and out. And I need to crank the exposure down quite a bit. And yeah, okay. Might be a little bit too far. TCG Productions, user 1. I created my own user on this system, Windows Vista Home Basic. I created my own user on this system so that way I didn't have to log into the previous owner's account and risk exposing any of their identifying information. I also went and changed the account name and system name and password protected the previous owner's account so that way there is absolutely no chance in the world. So we're logged in here, and you might be able to hear the CPU fan a little bit. Now, the last time this system was actually in any form of service, let's see, the Welcome Center just popped up. Last time this system was in any kind of service was in 2018, I believe. Yeah, let's see, computer name, TCG Productions, displays the details about the system and that when you log on, so that's another reason why I changed the machine name. But Windows Vista was very well known for just being loaded up to the brim in some with visual effects, and this is certainly a ripe example of it because you had the little animation that played when the Welcome Center popped up. You have your little sidebar here with animated resource usage, and then the HP Advisor thing just loaded in there. December, yeah, the clock is definitely wrong on this system. It is not 3:47 p.m. for that matter, and look at all that crapware loading in down there. Got a calendar there and a clock with the second hand showing. So got all this running, and as you can see, it's not really half bad at all. Even though the hard drive is busied out. But if we go ahead and view computer details, yeah, Windows Vista Home Basic. Okay. Yeah, Windows Vista Home Basic 32-bit. I believe that is a 64-bit processor. Windows Experience Index is average. 2 gigs of RAM. And then, of course, you got your Hewlett-Packard stuff. Change the computer name. Work group, you didn't have to change the work group name. It's not domain joined, which I wouldn't expect anything Home Basic to be domain joined, so... Yeah, 2007 Vista Home Basic Service Pack 2. The system has already had a disk image taken of it before I wiped the drive, so yeah. So if we look at our system footprint right now, we're using. Our CPU usage is floating around a bit, and our memory is holding solid at a good 680, 690 megabytes. We can get a list of what's using processors from all users. I gotta love UAC. What is this? Product vers title 2 jbar service.exe. Yeah, I don't know what that is. I don't know. I haven't had this system connected up to a network. Look at all that garbage running. Yeah, I haven't had this system connected up to a network since I got it, and it's not going to be connected up to a network until after I wipe the system. Yeah, so I don't know what this thing is. It says description, product version title. I don't know, I'm going to go ahead and start killing, I don't know, I'm going to go ahead and start ending process trees. HPHC, HP Health Check Service. I don't know, got just junk loading in here. Keyboard got a keyboard status tray indicator thing down there, even though the keyboard has perfectly functioning lock lights. Windows Defender is cleaning. So, okay, Task Manager, you need to not be always on top. Definition version 1.0, created 7/13/2006 at 12:49 p.m. So I think that's whenever this particular version of Windows Vista was actually compiled. Of course, we have a PC Power Speed System Optimizer, exit, and then it pops this up. And of course, we got all this other junk loading up. HP Health Check Service. Go ahead and kill that whole thing off. HP System Driver, whatever that is. HP Update Scheduler 2.exe, Inbox.exe, Inbox Toolbar, JUSCHED, Java Update Scheduler, LSASS, LSM, LightScribe Service, Microsoft Sync Center, Windows Defender User Interface. It shouldn't be running. OSD Maestro Main Program. I have no idea what that is. Presentation Font Cache, whatever that is. And Windows steadfastly refuses to do anything with that. No sidebar, we'll go ahead and kill that. Microsoft Software Licensing Service. Snapfish Media Detector, listening for anything getting plugged into the card reader and reacting, probably by popping something right up in your face. Norton Internet Security. Yeah, I bet that's out of date. Yeah, last scan, 9/6/2012. Last updated 3,395 days ago. And we have a free trial expired warning popping up. So yeah, that's going to get gone right now. Bunch of service host processes. Tasks, Windows logon application, modem audio service. So yeah, I have HPHC service restarted itself. Please go away. And as we can see, the desktop is looking a whole lot cleaner. Not really a bunch of stuff sitting down in the system tray. And open Norton Internet Security. I could probably go in. I can't even go into the settings right now. What? Buy later. What? I can't go into the settings if it's not activated? That's dumb. Let's see. Yeah, there's not even an account here. Of course, you click that and there's no way to get this dialog box to go away because it doesn't hook into the standard Windows APIs. Yeah, I bet MHBJ KHG KJHG at jhgf.net's a valid email address. No response received from the Symantec server. And starts throwing dialog boxes up in your face. Get out of here. It's closed. Go away. Please, thank you, goodbye. Yeah, so there's still 46 processes running in here with even with most of the HP garbage dropped out. Shows 16-bit tasks. 600 something, 619, 620 megabytes. But yeah, Windows XP, Windows Vista, whenever you give it the proper hardware, really isn't that bad, despite a bunch of join the Windows Customer Experience Improvement Program. No, Windows Vista, exit. Yeah, Windows Vista, even when you feed it the proper hardware, it's not really that bad. Even when you have a bunch of, and I'm going to make a direct quote from UXW Bill here, or even when you have a bunch of reprehensible kinds of crapware loading up on system boot and login. So, anyways, let's go ahead and shut down here and just see how long that takes. And there you go, shut down. Change that to indoor and readjust the exposure to auto. So, there's a few changes that are gonna. There's a few changes and stuff that I'm wanting to talk about coming up. Yeah, as I mentioned earlier, we're gonna have TechRoom Computer Changes 3 and File Server Fiasco 2 coming up right down the line, because, well, my file server is just about out of room. So, and I'll get into the details of that later during the at the very beginning of the File Server Fiasco 2 video. I'm actually waiting on the 8TB hard drive I ordered the other day to ship. I actually called Western Digital earlier today and I was like, "Hey, what's going on here?" And they said they'd send a note and get that thing kicked out the door as soon as possible, because I chose UPS next day delivery. And UPS hasn't actually received it yet as of when I last checked, and stuff's transpired between then and now, so I haven't really had an opportunity to check that. I did fire up the my spare main computer system and ran it for a bit, just because the opportunity presented itself, so I took it. So. But what I'm planning on is the 4TB drive that's going to be coming out of the file server is going to be going into the main office computer. The file server is going to be getting a fresh, clean installation of Debian 11 of some variant, and I'm not entirely sure if I want to clean install Debian onto the main office computer, or if I'm just going to go ahead and do a drive-to-drive clone and expand the partition table to fill the entirety of the 4TB drive. But given how I'm going to be forcing a switch given the size of the new drive, and which is going to impose a switch from the MBR to GPT partitioning method, I'm probably going to go ahead and give that system a fresh, clean install, just due to the major change to the disk geometry and whatnot that's going to be taking place, as well as the partitioning subsystem changing. So yeah, that system's I just decided that system is going to be receiving a fresh, clean installation of whatever the Debian testing snapshot of the time happens to be. In fact, I actually may download a copy of Debian 11 and just choose not to install any kind of a desktop environment on the file server, and I'll just reuse the same boot image for the TechRoom main office computer. So, and then that's going to free up a 1TB drive, and right now it's looking like that drive's going to be kicked out as a spare. I'm thinking about putting it in my main computer as like a 1 terabyte scratch drive. It's just for like mass video dumps when I do something with them. Because like right now, my spare 2 terabyte external has like an 87 gigabyte video file on it from like January of this year, the Snowmageddon. It's like a 25 or 30 hour video clip, video recording from when it snowed back in January of this year. So like that's where that would be going, and and I've got my 2020 video editing archives that I need to go ahead and prepare to send to tape. And the preparation process for that involves it getting quite literally triplicated, because you have the original copy, which is basically everything just dumped into a folder. So there's the original copy. Then your second copy. Then the second copy is whenever that thing gets tarballed up. And then there is another third copy that gets created whenever that tarball gets split into 100 gigabyte chunks. So that way I can send them to tape and still have about 10 gigabytes of buffer on each tape, because nominally 200 gigabyte uncompressed capacity. Now 400 gigabyte compressed, assuming a 2-to-1 compression ratio. However, it's a bunch of video content. That's not going to compress. In fact, the only thing that's likely to compress at all will be the Kdenlive project files, and those are so insignificant compared to the size of everything else. It's like a drop of water it's like a drop of rain in an Olympic-sized swimming pool of data. So yeah, irrelevant. So yeah, that's another application where the scratch drive would come in, because my video editing drive right now can hold a duplicate of that folder. It cannot hold a triplicate of that folder, and so that would end up right now. That would end up spilling on my home drive or a temporary external hard drive, such as my 2 terabyte external, and that's already got like 1.1 terabytes free on it, because I'm storing a disk image of the main office computer on there, which is like 900 something gigabytes. Again, I will get into that. Again, I will get into the situation on the file server's hard drive space conundrum. Well, not more like a conundrum, more like a pack rat situation going on there in the file server fiasco 2 video. And of course, the 4 terabyte drive that's going to get kicked out of the file server from File Server Fiasco 2 will directly chain into TechRoom Computer Changes 3, or TRCC 3. And I'm also planning on switching out my firewall system, that AMD Athlon 64 system down there. I've got a bad caps thread on that. I'll link to it in the description of this video, if I do remember to link to it in the description of this video, where you can peruse it for your own enjoyment. However, you will need to be a member of the Bad Caps forums to be able to view the photos on there, to prevent mass photo scraping, which is apparently a common problem with public internet forums. Where was I? Yeah, about the firewall system. I'm probably going to go ahead and switch that system out for the old TechRoom main office computer, so that way I have access to a gigabit NIC, a gigabit network interface controller. And I know I pulled the gigabit NIC out of there. I think I had to put I had to put a gigabit NIC in a file server because HP went and I guess put a factory reject NIC in there. It advertises full duplex gigabit, but if you try to force it up to full duplex gigabit using ETH tool, it just crashes out at 10 megabit half duplex, and you have to crank it back up to 100 megabit full duplex, and that's why I put a gigabit NIC in there. Anyways, talk about a sidebar and a half. But Tech Room main office, the old Tech Room main office computer right now is presently mothballed, so I don't even think it has a CPU installed in it right now. But anyways, I'm probably going to go ahead and unmothball that system, and that'll be the Tech Room firewall system, and then the old Tech Room firewall system, the Athlon 64 system, will be getting converted into probably an early 2000s era retro gaming rig, probably a dual boot between Windows XP Professional Service Pack 3 and, of course, the obligatory Windows 2000 Professional Service Pack 4 with the unofficial Kernel EX updates, which I've heard referred to as Service Pack 5. Well, unofficial Service Pack 5. So we'll see how that goes. I've actually got a Windows 2000 installation on the Tech Room Legacy Thing system. However, I haven't been able to boot it up in well over 2 years because I put Linux on there, and the bootloader situation for Windows 2000 got a little bit jacked up. So there's that. It's impressive how many words you can fit in one breath. But anyways, that's a snapshot of the upcoming videos. So quite a few upcoming videos. There's also going to be a 2021 year in review video going on, and of course the obligatory Christmas 2021 video, which as of 12:39 a.m. December 24th, 2021, will be getting recorded tomorrow. Christmas is already tomorrow. Holy cow. So yeah. Anyways, now for the timeline on all of that stuff. Right now I have a TRCC2 rendered out and ready to upload. However, I want to go ahead and take a full suite, basically do a full suite of disk images on my main computer before proceeding with anything of that matter. So once I do a full suite of disk images, I'll go ahead and get that uploaded. And then I'm going to go ahead and get my 2020 video editing stuff wrangled out and put on tape. And I'll probably be doing that in parallel with the recording of File Server Fiasco 2 in TRCC3. So those two videos definitely will not be getting processed until after I get done pushing the 2020 video editing archives out to tape. Because whenever I finish doing the 2020 video editing archives, like the actual archival process, what I'll do is I'll take another full suite of disk images, and I'll actually go ahead and push out a complete across the board suite of backups and disk images. Of course, Tech Room File Server, offsite drive gets a fresh set of master images and whatnot. So, you know, lots of stuff happening on that front. Because, like, right now, the latest disk images I have on my offsite drive are dating back to, I think, July. Yeah, I'm not kidding. They are so terribly out of date, it's not even funny. So, I mean, like, So after I archive that stuff to tape, I might get those two videos, FF2 and TRCC3, edited out. However, that's not likely to happen until after I push out a full suite of backups and disk images, because by then the file server will be running on an 8 terabyte drive. The main office computer will be running on a 4 terabyte drive, and I'll probably have that 1 terabyte scratch drive kicking around somewhere. And so yeah, there's that. So there's just a lot of changes going on, and right now we're right smack dab in the midst of getting a new well house built, because the old one, let's just put it this way, it wasn't going to make it through this winter. But in regards to the new well house, the actual well house building went up today, and We energized new wiring and plumbed in and plumbed into the new water lines and stuff today. So I mean, I have not really had a lot of time to do anything in terms of uploading and whatnot. Just been busy with a bunch of stuff. So I mean, yeah. And another video I almost forgot about. Of course, the UPS battery rundown testing. So that's probably, I'm not exactly sure when that's going to take place. I'm probably going to have that take place after all my changes and stuff have been done. So yeah, there's that. So I mean, just a whole bunch of stuff going on and whatnot. So I mean, yep. So anyways, it's 15 minutes till 1 a.m. I need to get this video wrapped up and copied over to my main computer. Need to go ahead and get TRCC2 out of all the editing folders and whatnot, and get the master video. Go ahead and get the master copy of the video into my ready for upload folder. Not going to be uploaded tonight. Probably not going to be uploaded tomorrow. Probably not going to be uploaded the day after that either. So I mean. So yeah, you're probably going to be seeing a whole bunch of these videos coming out well after New Year's, so don't hold your breath on that. So, I mean, anyways, is there anything I'm missing or anything like that? Doesn't look like it. So, yeah, and of course, just about the yearly tech room changes video and whatnot. So I mean, yeah, they're just usual batch of year-end videos. So anyways, I think that just about covers it all for what I can think of when it's almost half past midnight on Christmas Eve. So anyways, this is TCG Productions. Peace out, guys. Peace out, and I will see y'all in the next one. Lots of big changes coming up ahead. So this is just a bit of a prologue to the video. Shutting things down in the tech room. Figured I'd leave the Christmas tree and the Christmas lights around the window plugged in. Went ahead and fired up the system once again just to go ahead and wipe out the hard drive here using D-band on Ultimate Boot CD version 5.37. The system's handling it well. Definitely need to go ahead and clean the processor heatsink for sure, because I can tell that the processor is getting a whole lot hotter than what it should be, because I mean the thing's plugged up solid with dust. But anyways, I figured I'd add this as a nifty prologue onto the video. Just to show everybody here. And this is probably going to be the last video you see before Christmas. So, from TCG Productions, Merry Christmas to all, and to all, a good night.